May 27th Grand Pre. Showing the conditions here. We got the roughing crew has been through, just trying to open the corridor enough to work in it here. As you can see, it's a bit, it's quite serious. Not close to a kilometer like this. And this is just so we can get in, get the crews in with the mulching blades on the brush saw. This all has to be done by hand, so it's definitely a bit of a challenge. It's quite thick through here. As you can see, there's just a wall. And as we get up further, it thins out a little bit, but then we start to get a lot of wire birch and birch up to about 4 inches all the way along the rails here. See the rails? We are walking between the rails, and we've cut out enough trees to get through. To give you an idea of the size of the trees in here. There's a foot. Those are tight to the rails. The ditches are completely full back in there. And again, just for size of the trees, right beside the rail. No shortage of trip hazards. So, just like survey slashing here, we've just slashed the center line to get through. And we're just bringing in extra gas and supplies now. And Noreen has a bit of a tired crew. To give you an idea what the trees are like here, right up against the rails and stuff. And they're hard to cut because they're quite tight like that. Another example here. There's a foot. So that tree is about right around 6 inches. Lots of 3 and 4 inch stuff. Again, tight to the rails. Put the camera up a bit so you can see what we're up against here. This has got to be cleared 15 feet wide, 1.5 inches or less from the surface. And all the back slopes cleaned up, etc. And you go up here ahead where we haven't cut and show you kind of what it looks like. There's sort of a misconception here that because the train ran that not that long ago, that there isn't much for trees on this corridor. And that's not really accurate. Again, there's a foot. Just to show you, there's the rail. She's going to gas saws and I'm going to go past her. So before it's cut, looks like this. I'll walk here for a ways. There's your rail, here's your rail. Little coyote path. Certainly not where people would walk in. So again, this is along the rails here. You can see right between every tie, there's a foot. Show you the trees. And over here, you've got it there. That actually 1 or 2 or 3 per tie. So, for size. And that gives you an idea what the ditches look like. They're completely full. Stuff's full of organics and it's going almost septic because of it. So there's about 3 feet of water, 5 feet wide in the ditch. And that's what the trees look like. Right tight to the rails. All the way through. Keep going here a little bit. Part of that's because there's this giant row of poplar trees up here. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're about 3.5 feet in diameter at the bottom, on average. And they've shaded this section in, and it keeps it really humid, so that things grow very well in here. So here's our rails, and that's what we're cutting, right tight to the rails, all the way through. This has got to be cut wide enough to get the trucks through, and 10-foot surfacing on, all that good stuff. And again, there's a look at the ditches, like this for a kilometer pretty much. I don't know if we can try and get through here, I guess. Sort of push our way through. I don't say out too much. And here we are at the park. Here's the park. Of course, they've kept it landscaped. And here's the row of trees we're talking about that have shaded all this. So the stump on this first one, this double, is probably 8-9 feet wide, at least, if not 10. And these belong to the railway, these trees. They're planted here when Grand Pre was sort of built by the railway. That tree right there is at least 9 feet wide, and each side of it's about 5 feet. And it's fairly substantial. Even the smaller maples are in the 3-foot range. And these trees go all the way up through here like this. They're absolutely massive. Maybe later we'll give you a picture with somebody standing in front of one, just so you can appreciate how fantastic those are. So they'll be a great asset for the trail. Anyway, this is what the trail looks like. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous when it's done, but prior to that, we've got some challenges. And that's about where it starts, and it just doesn't end. More updates later.